Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Dungeon Boys. My name is Keith, I'm your DM.
Josh.
Zenas.
I'm Brice.
Arlo, Grim, and Jack Law respectively. It's been a long time since we recorded Dungeon Boys, it feels like.
It's been like a month.
We're back in the saddle again. There's been a lot of stuff going on. It's taken some time to get back in the saddle, but we're back. We haven't missed any days with episodes, which is very pleasing to me.
Mm-hmm.
We apologize. I personally apologize for the audio quality at the end of the last episode. We're going to try to recap that for you if you did decide to. I'll come back. I'll see if they can fix this later because I completely understand that. So at the end of the last episode, they were on a bridge. Our boys conquered the bridge out of Lonesome, the Great Bridge. Our Jack Law jumped off of a tower onto a horse that was pulling a cart. He pulled it through the doors of the bridge very cinematically. Arlo and Grim and Burb, don't forget Burb, never count out Burb, leaped onto the carriage, and if I remember correctly, Grim slipped and didn't quite make it, and Burb was the one who was saving him and pulling him onto the cart, which is a really cool moment. Burb is pulling his weight a little bit. They crossed the bridge.
We for sure need a body count because we started that little battle by saying, no, we're not going to kill anybody.
Yeah, and you didn't intentionally kill anyone.
No, I did. I killed the orc by jumping on him.
You did.
But really, a lot of people died in our wake.
Yeah.
And that kind of... Grim is feeling odd about that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And we crossed the bridge. You guys made it, and you came down...
Really?
What?
You keep killing a lot of people. Does he really feel that bad about it?
I know. Yeah.
Well, that's the magic of D&D is that even if you play a good character, you're likely going to have to kill people, and it's going to happen. But they crossed the bridge and they made it down off the high elevation of where the bridge meets the landing with the mainland, and they are finally off the Isle of Flame, tutorial island you could call it in this world. That's not true. We passed a tutorial a long time ago, but they're on the mainland. The world is opening up a little bit, and they're made camp in the forest, the western Wildwood, which is across the water. And there was a cool moment. We can't do anything about the cars passing by. That is something I can't stop. But they had a little butterfly scene where Zenas Grim brought several butterflies with his ring of butterflying around. Arlo got some health potions. They all had a good night of camp. Burb went hunting for rabbits, I believe.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I forgot
and
about
then the next morning they packed up. They
had arts and crafts.
Yeah, they painted their wagon blue because they had stolen an orc prisoner wagon. They painted the wagon blue, and now they are...
Burb caught us some rabbits.
Yep, he did. And the wagon is now blue, and they're going down the road. They're going down the road towards the town of Fark because as they killed the constable in Lonesome in the constable's mansion, and they came back, and their leader right now, and the person that's recruited them to their secret organization, the Servants of the Scale, he has told them it's dangerous for you in Lonesome. You need to get out of here. And while I figure some things out, I've got to install a new governor, a new constable. I got to do some things. You guys are going to get killed if you stay here. So go over to Fart, await my call. I'll send word to tell you what to do next. Before they left, also they realized Betty, another servant of the Scale in Lonesome, noticed that Arlo was carrying a cool staff. That turned out to be the staff of his master, Briar, who turns out to be also a servant of the Scale. But he kind of has a different ideology about this whole thing that I don't know if we discussed, and leads him to be separated from the rest of the clan.
We did go over it. I remember.
Yeah. What was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, his ideology is that while most of the servants decided to get formal and have a structured attack against the council, Briar just preferred to go out and do good, to do his own personal part and do good among the world. But he was sent away from Lonesome as well. So Arlo expected to meet him in Lonesome, but instead he was sent away. So we have reason to believe that Briar may also be in Fark. Arlo's...
the constable sent him away.
Yes.
Not...
Corgus.
Not Corgus.
Not Corgus,
yes,
right.
It was a foe who sent him away.
Right.
But Arlo's leader, Arlo's mentor may be somewhere in Fark. And we ended the episode where they were on the wagon and they were passing by a very similar looking wagon, just a different color, being piloted by several orcs who seemed to be transporting prisoners. And that orc looked their wagon up and down, gave them the traveler's nod as if nothing to see here, whatever. just see a partner. The old passengers nod, or the travelers nod, and they were passing by. And so that is where our adventure re-begins. It is
Brave heroes.
It is morning.
Are we still near the other cart wagon?
You are near. You're passing it. You're probably 10 feet away from it now.
Please don't kill them.
Are there any like prisoners or anything, or is it just orcs?
There are prisoners. There are 2 prisoners. They don't seem to be like upset necessarily. They're just head down. They do have bags over their heads. But I would like everybody to roll perception.
I'm good at that.
They don't look upset with the bag over there.
Well, they're not thrashing about like set me free.
14.
I'm good at that. I rolled on that one.
That is a whole 1 right there.
What do you roll?
Wait, what are we rolling for?
Perception.
7.
So Grim, while you're staring and trying to figure out,
I look good.
While you're staring and trying to figure out what's going on with these orcs and these prisoners, what are you going to do? Arlo hears in the forest. So you're traveling down the road. To your right is the western wildwood. You're really almost on the tree line here, and you can hear in the forest the roaring of what you know to be an owlbear. You've been around in the world, in the wilderness very often. You spent most of your life there, I imagine. And so you hear the telltale squawking / roaring that I can't reproduce.
That's it. That's exactly what it is.
You hear that sound, the sound of an owlbear, and it's the sound of an owlbear in distress. And you can really actually hear the thuds of its feet as it runs. But also also in the same area, you can hear the sound of some high-pitched shouting laconically. That sounds a bit like this. Get the owlbear! Get the owlbear! We can't go back without any meat tonight!
All right, then. I want to let these 2 fine gentlemen know exactly what I hear.
Do that.
Guess what I hear, fellas?
That's not Arlo's voice.
It's not. You got to work into an Arlo.
Take your time.
Mm-hmm. Hey, fellas, there's a sound of an owlbear being pursued through the forest.
Which direction?
Which direction is it coming from?
The to your right.
It's coming from the right.
Because there's no. Excuse me. You're kind of traveling. On the right is the tree line of the wildwood. On the left is kind of open fields, rolling hills.
Because he's like pointed it out to us, do we hear it now, or?
Yeah, if you listen closely, you can also kind of hear it. If you were to examine the orcs in the cart, they're preoccupied and they just keep on moving the other way.
As soon as he says that, I stop like kind of looking at the orcs, just trying to figure them out, and I whirl to the right and I like throw my arm out and I say, "Adventure!" and I jump off the cart. Because this is how Grim is supposed to be played.
Okay.
But I haven't been doing him justice until now, so I'm jumping off the cart to run after this.
All right, do him justice, but I need you to roll to jump off that cart, my friend.
Roll that.
You guys are going slow, but you do have some forward momentum.
Well, athletics is to jump, but do you want me to roll for the jump or roll for the rolling?
Yeah, roll the acrobatics.
Yeah.
The roll to land.
That is a 20, not natural.
All right, so you 1 foot on the side of the wagon. You leap off. Would you like to do any add any flourishes to your jump?
Just very like dramatic. Well, not really dramatic, but just with a flourish. Yeah, I guess like that word describes it perfectly. Just
swan
just
dive.
Leap off, roll straight, and just book it after this.
So
this elevator.
Grim is sprinting into the forest.
So you're like Terminator running. It's just like determined run.
Just with my hands straight, like fingers straight out, just running toward it. I don't know. I can't describe it.
That is a straight up Terminator run.
You shouted, but the creaking of the orc wagon that they don't turn around to look at you, and they're kind of moving off into the distance. How do you guys react to this?
I'm driving this thing,
Yeah.
so do I notice that he's jumped out of the wagon?
I'm in the back with him, so I
he
feel like I
shouted.
noticed. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you guys react in real time. Do
Also,
whatever you're gonna
like
do.
300 pounds just shook
Oh.
the car.
Jack, did he
Pull over.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're right. All right, so I pull the wagon over.
Okay,
I engage the parking brake.
Bird crosses his arms and sits down in the wagon and says, "Watch wagon. What do?"
You watch the wagon. Make sure that nobody runs off with any of our stuff. We got to make sure that we get our Grim back.
Okay, he says, "Okay, get Grim. Watch wagon.
Watch wagon.
Come on, friend."
Thank you, Burb. We can always count on you.
He repeats, "We can always count on you," as you leave.
So then we rush off into the underbrush.
Yep.
Headed in a general Grimward direction.
Okay.
Do I need to roll perception?
Yeah, you do, because you're not the one who originally heard it.
19.
19. So yeah, you can hear the direction that these sounds are coming from, and they seem to be kind of coming a little bit toward you. These noises.
What would I roll to like track him? I guess, or do I see him running?
He didn't get that far away.
Okay.
Yeah, you could probably just run him down.
It's a grim-shaped opening through the underbrush.
Well, I mean, you sprinted off before we even stopped the wagon, so we had to stop, tell Bird to keep track of it, and then dismount. So.
I mean, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
I'm not like
I guess. Let's just go.
ghosting through this forest.
Sure. Yeah, I think his sound and probably pine needles or whatever is pushed up. You could probably track him pretty easy, so you know where he's going. So yeah, the sound seems to be coming toward you. Grim, what do you do with that information?
I want to.
How far are we from catching up to him?
Maybe 50 feet. Like, it's not bad.
I'm gonna kind of like run around a bit, like to
Okay,
the right,
get to the
because
side.
I don't want to run directly at an owlbear. Like Grim has spent time in the eastern wildwood, so he knows not to just be like, "Hey, panicked animal, here we go." So I just want to like run and kind of see if I can get around the side and be like in between the two forces.
Okay, as you do that, you can hear some more voices from the far saying, "Don't miss this time!"
Oh, that's good that I moved.
Let's see, hold on. You don't hear you don't hear much after you hear that those words. If you were close enough, you would hear the whiffing of something. So you guys just running him down?
Yeah, we're just trying to catch up with him as best we can, I think.
Okay.
Is that what we're doing?
So Zenas, have you stopped and slowed down to wait on something coming?
Wait,
or are you
do
still?
we hear those voices?
You probably could hear them, I guess, if you're listening.
Okay, well then I'm gonna stealth.
Okay. Absolutely, that's
That
fine.
is okay. Would you 18?
That is going to do it for passive perception, which is 10 plus wisdom plus
proficiency, plus proficiency if they're proficient in perception. But no, I'm not stopping. I'm gonna go until I find the people.
Okay.
Or whatever.
He's stealthing. I'm gonna kind of continue running in the general path that he's taking.
Okay. So yeah, as you and Jack Law are beside each other, you kind of see Jack. I don't know if y'all have exchanged any communication or nods, but you kind of see him fade and start moving between the trees, very shadow-like.
It's a series of intricate nods.
Okay.
That's what it is.
It's like sign language, but more beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely stealthed. Without doubt, you're definitely stealthed. Oop.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely stealthed.
I'm glad we got that out.
Yeah, you're definitely stealth. The rest of this episode is me telling you how stealth you are. So, Grim, as you continue moving that way, you do begin to see the owlbear. The owlbear is about 50 feet to your left as it is approaching. Like, if you're looking laterally, if your path is here, the path of the owlbear is about 50 feet to your left.
Cut that way.
Okay, so you head that way, and you're just going to try to meet all this stuff head on?
Yep.
Okay, and as you look behind it, you can see two what look to be gnolls. Have you seen a gnoll before?
Are they common in the world?
They're fairly common. They're not as common as, say...
Well, I mean, you know the Lonesome, so he's only been in Lonesome and the
Yeah, they're not
Wild
super.
One, so.
They're not super common over there.
Okay,
they're
so
not super common.
we'll say.
Okay, so what you see is a humanoid-looking beast with very long arms and the legs of what looks to be a dog. It is essentially a standing-up hyena. Pretty beefy standing-up hyena.
There is nothing pretty there.
And the two of them are kind of drooling as they're chasing after this owlbear. And as you see them chasing this owlbear, you can see there's at least 3 spears or javelins stuck in the back of this owlbear, and he's bleeding pretty bad, and he seems to be in a great deal of distress. And the two gnolls are sprinting past, or not past, but behind him, trying to... And you see one throw a javelin, and it passes directly over the owlbear and lands in the dirt, or in the forest floor.
I want to run at one of the gnolls and punch him in the face.
Okay, we got to enter combat for that.
Does that count as like a surprise, maybe?
No, he's not
I'm not
stealth.
stealth,
So
yeah,
they
All right.
as
There's
he
lots of noise,
he approaches, he's going to know that he is coming. Arlo, I would imagine you are still about 50 feet behind Grim.
Yeah.
So to show you what I'm looking at here, we've got the kind of Owlbear Knoll posse here. If we're looking from the top down, Owlbear Knoll posse on the left, kind of halfway between you and the Owlbear Knoll posse, going to the right would be Grim, and then 50 feet away from the Owlbear Knoll posse is going to be you, Arlo, and Jack. You can tell me where you want to be because you've been stealthed.
Are they still in motion? Like
They are still in motion.
okay, I'm gonna try and get behind them,
Okay.
like behind the knolls.
All right. So
Where's the owlbear heading?
he is heading this way.
Okay.
He is heading down. So if we're looking at it from above, the Owlbear posse is on the far left, heading down. Grim is directly to the right of them at about 25 feet. Directly to the right of Grim, at about 25 feet away from Grim, is Arlo. And I'm going to put directly north of Grim, directly above Grim, I'm going to put Jack Law. Because you didn't quite make it all the way behind the knolls, but you're getting close. And you are stealthed. But we are going to roll initiative to see what happens. So everybody roll initiative, please.
Oh, I rolled it already. I don't remember what it was.
19.
Oh, it was a 13 again.
17.
Okay.
Oh wait, 13 plus 5, 18. Oh, poop. I don't want to go that soon.
I think you could choose to like pass, can't you?
I'll use my movement speed to get back there.
You can ready an action as well.
Yeah.
Let me get the initiative order written down, if you do not mind.
Dad awake.
Okay, so what did Arlo roll?
17.
17. Jack? 13, you said?
18.
18.
With my modifier.
Nice. Grimly?
19.
19. Grim rolls a 19. Okay. So...
That character from that book's going to be messing me up for the rest of this.
Grimjack?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of combat. Jack, fusion.
also, all of you roll perception, please.
I had to stand on your shoulders.
No, yeah.
Perception.
I wear you like a
8.
backpack. You just
All right.
stab at
We're
things. as we
just
run.
like rushed in,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we're not very
It
perceptive.
makes complete sense.
Do I need the perception?
Yeah, everybody please roll perception.
13.
9.
9. Okay, so you guys can see Jack most readily sees that these gnolls look like they have been in a kind of a kerfuffle with this, in an altercation with this owlbear. It doesn't look like they've gotten off scot-free and them trying to bring in this owlbear to you, Jack Law. But with that, our combat begins, and I have put these things in the wrong... yes, I have to put all this in the wrong order. Excuse me. Give me just 1 second. And the Owlbear. Alright, Grimly, it is your turn first.
I want to run at... God, I hope this works. Just because it'll be funny to me, if no one else. It's probably Cat here. I want to run at the knoll closest to me, and I want to just like pass it, kind of. Well, not really pass it, but I want to like stop at it and just like slam him to the face. Yeah,
Punch him in the face.
Yep.
I'm cool with that. Punch him in the face.
That's a 1.
No.
Have you by chance
punch
given me
yourself
inspiration at some point in the
I
past?
don't remember doing it.
You haven't.
And
You've given it to Jack. Though.
That might be on you to. Jack could give you his inspiration.
No, I don't think it works like that.
I think you can gift inspiration.
Oh, I got inspiration for jumping off a building onto a horse.
Yes, I believe you did. So that's going to be a
inspiring
fail,
action.
Grim. You.
All right, but anyway, running into this combat, I have a jump.
Yeah.
So like jump strike, I guess, and
So Superman punch.
I guess, and I say, puppy.
Puppy. Okay.
They're gonna hit in the face.
So as you're doing that, I'm gonna say he runs directly into you, like you're trying to lead him, I guess, since he's moving so quickly, and you just can't pull it off, and he collides with you in the ribs, and you both like slam and fall into the ground. So both of you are prone together.
That works. That's not bad.
And he looks at you and he says, "What did you say?" As drool drips down his teeth.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
I called you a puppy.
I'm not a puppy. I'm a gnoll. Get out of my way. Our people have to eat. And then it is, if you want to respond, you certainly can.
I'll take his turn.
Yeah, so moving on to Jack's turn.
Or Jack. Yeah.
I was just gonna keep moving until I can get behind him. If I can do that in this turn, then I'm gonna attack the one that's still standing.
They're going to be running away from you, but it's your turn. So you could, let's see. Yeah, you could get, it would take 30 feet to get directly behind them at this point. So you could get directly behind them.
Okay, then whichever one is still standing, I'm going to attack him.
Wow. This is a cool cinematic scene as these things are running through the forest, and then like you catch up with them from behind with the cleaver. All right, cool. What's up?
Doing booming blade.
Okay.
13.
13 is not going to hit, actually.
Wow.
So you run up behind, and he's moving just a little too fast, and your blade just kind of goes right behind him.
Then bonus action, I'm gonna hide back into the forest.
Okay. Okay. You unstealth. So now your bonus action is to re-stealth.
Yeah.
So I think you'll have to roll stealth again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Arlo and Jack, as you,
I done it.
that's what we call a nat 20, folks. So to picture this, Jack Law sprints out of the shadow of the trees, completely whiffs. No one notices. Grim, you're on the ground looking up at this point with a knoll in your vision, and you don't see the shape of Jack Law coming, because he just immediately slides back like fog into the night. Jack, when you swipe at this knoll and Grim, as you collided with him, you notice they are wearing a little bit of armor, kind of some tattered hide stuff. Arlo, it's your turn, sir.
All right, so Jack is in hiding,
Yeah.
and Grim
Definitely should've
has
used that
swung but
inspiration.
missed and kind of entered a little bit of conversation with one of them, but they're standing still now.
There's one that's still running, actually, but it's your turn, so he's not going to be able to move until it's not your turn.
Okay.
So for all intents and purposes, he's stationary until his next turn.
I'm still like 50 feet away though. So
You are 50 feet away.
I am going to heck with it. I'll do it. I'm gonna become the direwolf.
Nice.
Range is 50 feet.
And that's a bonus action, right, or an action?
It's a bonus action.
Nice.
So, and I'm just gonna use my movement to close the distance.
Cool.
And I guess I'll charge into the one that's actually running towards the owlbear still,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna see if I can get in with a bite. 19 to bite.
You do. Your bite hits, so I'm picturing in mid-sprint you bend down and become a dire wolf, and then you increase in size because you're a gnome.
That's the
And then
plan.
you just absolutely sprint over there. And then where are you biting? What part of this knoll?
I'm going for the legs.
So you grab this knoll around his bony ankle
Ooh.
and roll damage for me.
12 of those.
12 damage. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh man. So you roll damage you bite this knoll on his leg, and he lets out a cry like, "Ah! Now a wolf! We're just trying to hunt!" And you.
So is he like down or?
He's not down, but you've slowed him a great deal.
Okay.
You've bit him right in the ankle.
All right. So I'm just kind of like I want to see if I can stand between where he is going and where the owlbear is.
Okay. If you put yourself there, the owlbear. Yeah, you are now between the knoll and the owlbear.
Yeah.
And maybe help me with that movement a little bit.
Doing my
There you
best
go.
to look menacing.
Yeah, and you do look menacing because you have knoll blood in your teeth as he stares down at you.
Not all of it.
Yeah. Next on the order is going to be the knoll that Grim collided with. He's going to stand up and he's going to say, "Out of my way!" And he's going to try to spear you. He's going to try to stab you down. So he's going to roll to try to hit you, boy. What is your AC? He rolls a 14.
16, he's not going to hit,
All right.
but he's got advantage.
Yes, because you're prone.
Mm-hmm.
He does hit this time, an 18.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so he's going to stab down at you and try to hit you. He does 2 damage.
All right.
So he gets you in the side with his spear and just kind of cuts your side a little bit as he's stabbing into the ground trying to get you. This is now knoll number 2's turn. Knoll number 2 is looking. No, this is the knoll that you just bit, Arlo, and he's going to try to stab at you because you just tried to bite him, and this hunt is going all wrong. He's going to try to stab at you as well with his spear. Actually, he's not going to stab at you. He's going to try to bite you back. He is not pleased, and he's gonna give what he got.
He is a gnoll.
Yep.
Good luck to him.
He is not going to bite you. He rolls a 7.
There you go.
So he just snaps at you menacingly.
He leans in for gentle butterfly kisses.
Yeah, he snaps at you menacingly, and he is going to try to close the gap between he and the owlbear. So he's going to try to go past you as he misses that bite. So if you would like to use a reaction, me and Brice had a conversation. I completely did not know that opportunity attacks are reactions.
Really?
You can only do one opportunity attack per round. I had no idea. You succeed in your opportunity attack, Josh.
24. So as he's passing by, I just snap at him. I want to see if I can go for midsection.
Okay.
Yeah. 12 damage again.
12 damage again. You snap this gnoll. I didn't really mention it as he stood up, but this gnoll was not looking good after that bite. You ripped a real big chunk out of his leg, and he kind of stumbled past you more than anything because he already looked pretty messed up after this owlbear attack.
Sweet.
And as you bite him, you bite into his side, and you bite through his armor and just pull out a huge hunk of his side, and a little bit of his intestines come out with your teeth. Because your bite strength is pretty strong.
Okay.
So you rip some of his intestines out, and he turns to see his intestines, and he grabs and he says, "Why?" And then he falls down dead. You've killed a gnoll.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You probably feel bad. It's like a forest creature almost.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't
You
know.
just totally murdered it.
It does.
Gnolls are pretty. They're pretty on the rough side.
It
though.
does speak.
They're
Well, so does Arlo, but barely.
Yeah.
if we're doing meta, they're evil creatures.
Yeah, the
so-
monster manual says they're evil. One important thing for our campaign is that we shouldn't only consider the monster manual. Consider every type of creature has the opportunity to be at least neutral.
Okay.
I'm not saying that you made a bad decision. I'm just saying in the future that is something I probably should let you guys know. That way you don't think ooh, we kill all goblins. We kill all, because who knows? Cool beans.
That greater bone demon over there. He could be neutral.
Yeah, the gnoll.
Greater bone demon. Stuff like that you can pretty much assume.
The gnoll whiffing made me think of the dog from earlier. It charged at my car and
Yeah.
totally missed.
Yeah,
and just backed up.
earlier today in our yard, my parents' dog, they live nearby. He came into our yard, and Brice was leaving in his car, and the dog ranger just sprinted towards the wheel of his car, whiffed on a bite at biting the wheel, and then just ran off yeah, and don't forget it. It was really humorous. But it is now the owlbear's turn. The owlbear, seeing a gnoll die, is going to turn. He's tired of running. He's angry.
Ooh.
He's going to go past. He's going to go past you, Arlo. He doesn't have any quarrel with wolves.
Hey.
And he is going to go directly for the gnoll that has just tried to stab at Grim, because he's got blood in his eyes, and that's the only thing standing that he can see nearby. And he is likely going to hit with that bad boy. But I'll tell you in a second.
Elevator music.
Yeah,
Insert
he
music.
definitely hits. Old Owlbear bites at the gnoll, biting directly into the gnoll's just chest area with his massive beak. Several of his feathers matted with blood, spear sticking out of his back and side. He bites, doing, let me tell you how much damage. 5 damage. So he rips a big old hefty chunk out of this gnoll, but this gnoll remains standing, with just more blood standing. And the gnoll says, "You will die today." And now Grim, it's your turn.
I'm gonna stand up.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Let me
Sit
remember
back
something.
now.
Oh nope, he gets to attack twice. After the beak, he's going to claw at the gnoll as well.
Definitely want to be laying down for that one.
Yeah. He's definitely going to hit again on
Kick
that one.
back. Yeah.
He's going to hit again on that one. I forgot about multi-attack. Okay, so 10. So he gets a bite from the owlbear, and then a scratch from the owlbear. So bite in the chest, scratch down his face and down the chest. Blood begins to seep out of this gnoll's face. He is knocked backwards a little bit, and he says, "You're not worth it. I'll just go back empty-handed then." and he seems as though he's about to flee. And the owlbear stands above him menacingly. Grim, it is your turn.
Okay, hang on. I gotta. Since he's about to flee, I gotta do something different.
Maybe I shouldn't mention that. I don't know.
Well, no, I mean it doesn't matter.
I am the DM. I say as I please.
I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the dude. A target you choose must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw as the death bells toll around it.
Oh boy.
Death bells. If the target is missing any hit points, it takes 1d12 necrotic damage. Otherwise, it's 1d8. So,
oh boy.
Roll a Wisdom.
Nat 20.
I'm
so sorry.
So wise.
I never took Toll of the Dead because I always thought that was like the Speak with Dead or whatever.
No, this one's
Okay.
It's you ask the dead for money as they pass through.
So I guess he saves. He's fine.
So no damage.
No damage.
So this Knoll has girded himself for this hunt, and he is ready for whatever happens. It seems, and as he's turning to flee, his focus is so much on the owlbear that he can't even. He's just not focusing on whatever spell is happening, and he just maintains the wisdom throughout it.
I imagine like Grim holds up a hand to cast it, and I guess Grim can hear the bells too since he's the one that cast the spell, and he's just like, huh. All right.
Okay.
Wise Noel.
Jack, it is your turn. That's the only thing about D&D that concerns me is whenever a creature like a Knoll, nat 20's on wisdom.
I'm totally okay with just letting him go. I mean, even if they are evil aligned characters, he's not like murdering people. He's hunting food. He even said we're just hunting.
Hey, I appreciate your rationale.
I'm letting him go. He
Okay.
can run right past me.
Okay. So
Also, I don't want him to see that there was somebody here who just
They
ripped.
just try. So you just stay in the shadows?
Yeah, hide
Okay.
my shame.
You want to roll ready an attack or ready an action or anything?
Nah.
Okay.
He's not going to see me.
Yeah, I just want to guard against you feeling like you wasted a turn later somehow.
No, I'm good.
Arlo, it's your turn, sir.
I just want to head back towards where Grim and Owlbear are.
You're right up in there. So the owlbear is, so you're right behind the owlbear at this point.
Okay.
Oh, no, I do want to ready that. I would like to ready to attack the owlbear if it decides to get a little froggy.
So define to get a little froggy.
This
please.
is too
If
many
it starts
creatures
to attack us,
Gotcha.
then I would want to retaliate.
Okay, so if it attacks any party members, you want to attack it.
Yeah.
Ready that. Zenas and Brice, would y'all be willing to scoot just a little bit kind of closer to that microphone?
Come on, a little bit closer,
I appreciate that. Thank you. So Arlo, it is now your turn, sir. You are right behind the owlbear.
Okay.
You are really within certainly your movement range of everybody.
Okay.
But so between you and Grim and this Knoll is a large owlbear butt.
Okay. That's a great view.
Yep.
But I guess I want to go and like stand on the other side of Grim. Grim is up now.
No.
Mm-hmm.
He's still down.
No, I'm still.
He's
up.
standing.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's up. I want to go and kind of place myself next to Grim in case this thing wants to attack.
Okay, so you want to put yourself between the owlbear and Grim.
Right, but I'm not. I don't anticipate an attack because we just tried to help this thing out. But it is an enraged animal,
Sure.
so I don't know.
So
You have
you're not
your
meat shielding. You just want to be in that
Animal
area.
fondling ability.
I do, but I'm currently a wolf who just bit a
Oh, yeah.
knoll in half. So
True
So
enough.
yeah, you're not meat shielding for Grim. You just want to be in that area in case something goes down.
I just want to be in the area.
You're also readying an
I
attack.
just want to be able to watch.
No, what? It's not readying an attack. It's not dash. It's
Disengage?
disengage.
Or
Well,
dodge.
if
Dodge,
you move
it's
now
dodge.
and the owlbear is aggressive, you'll get attack of opportunity. So if you disengage, you'll be able to walk through no problem.
Yeah, I'm not leaving his area because I'm like right up in there. I just want to get in the general Grimward direction,
Okay.
and then I guess I'll already
With cheese,
dodge if he
Mr.
tries to
Grimward.
like go
Okay,
for me.
so dodge would be your current action. So now for the next turn, you will have everything attacking you has disadvantage.
Okay, that'll work
So that I think that performs
for like the rest of this round.
If he's taking dodge now, they'll for the rest of this round, not next turn.
Yeah, until it gets back to me again.
right
Yeah.
until it returns to him.
Yeah, it sounded like you said they'll have disadvantage next turn, but they'll have disadvantage until next turn.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what
I
I
might
mean.
have misheard. I don't
We
know.
good. We good.
The next time somebody tries to go at him before he go again, they will have problem.
That's right.
This how to mean it.
I'll work with that.
So
Hawaiian pigeon.
I'm having a really good time, by the way.
Yes.
Just wanted
Yeah.
to mention that. So it is now the Gnome's turn, and he is going to stand and sprint away.
I don't know what just happened.
And as he turns and stands and sprints away, he turns to all of you and says, "Please just spare me!" As he runs off grabbing his spear, and he doesn't turn back. He sprints 30 feet away. So going northwest away from you all, if you want to picture it this way, this is where that stuff is happening. Northwest away from all of you, back deeper into the forest, and Noel is running away, begging for his life.
I kind of do
I wonder
already.
if he runs off into a knoll.
But he's going to use his dash action, so he's got 60 feet on you. Wait, what's his movement speed?
I don't really know what his personality is supposed to be at this point, so...
Who's that?
Grim.
Well, he is. Yeah.
What is his movement speed? 30 feet. Yeah, so he takes 60 feet movement, sprinting into the forest.
That'll work.
It's kind of like an 8-year-old with firecrackers at this point.
No. The man likes adventure. He's seeking... Also, I think we can roleplay it as he's never been off the Isle of Flame. He knew that pretty well. But Grim is now out in the wild blue yonder, and he's seeing stuff he ain't seen before.
Perfect. So 8-year-old with fireworks.
Okay.
Except they're worse because they melt your flesh.
There you go.
So, the owlbear is upset. It does not know how to differentiate between you attacking it or the gnolls attacking it. It is upset.
Okay.
It's not going for the wolf at this point. So, Grim, I'm sorry, but it is going to kind of try to swipe over Arlo one time and swipe at you with his claws. And he may go for Arlo next time. We'll see.
I'm okay with that.
How bad does this owlbear look?
He looks pretty rough. He's bleeding a great deal. You can tell he is distressed. You can tell he is...
Looks a little bit like Steve Buscemi.
You can tell he is fighting for his life at this point. There's several spears sticking out of him, blood
Does
coming out of
healing
him.
or death look more merciful at this point?
He's, I would say, probably half and half, I guess.
Okay.
He didn't lumber towards you like... I don't know. You can
Gotcha.
take that the way you'll take it. Grim will... 19? Yeah. 19. I'm going to roll for scratching.
I mean, just
You lucked out. 3 damage. So he scratches you across the chest,
my
and
prediction came
Arlo,
true.
as that scratch comes down, he's also going to end up trying to scratch onto you as well.
Bring it,
Will a
son.
22 hit you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so again, that's another scratch. So you're going to, 6. You're going to take 8 damage from that scratch.
Okay.
But he is going to turn and kind of back up to get a little distance from you.
Okay.
And he is going to go out of your range. So Arlo, I guess both of you will get an attack of opportunity on the owlbear as he backs away slowly, trying to get away from you.
I don't want to attack. I don't want to attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just say Arlo don't.
I think we're in the same boat. I mean, it'd feel like we went on this little side questy adventure for nothing if we just killed him right here.
Sure.
I came out here to rescue Grim if he got into trouble.
Yeah, I know.
Grim
but,
needs no
you know,
rescue.
As good as owlbear
man.
steaks or omelets might be at this point.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you hear Grim say, "Arlo, don't," and you don't.
I don't. I don't.
And you already agree. So Grim, you also get an attack of opportunity.
I do not.
Okay, so neither of you attack. So the owlbear is backing away, but he still is looking at you. And he lets out a roar as he stops, short of his full distance, just to put distance between you and him, but he's still got his eyes on you. Grimly, your turn.
Is it an action to do animal handling to try and calm him down?
We won't. I think maybe that seems like it'd be an action. Because it seems like it would take some time for you to say, like, whoa, buddy.
So then before I do that, I'm going to cast a...
I had a reaction set to hurt this thing if it attacked him.
Oh, it did. You need to do that.
I'm fully okay with not taking that action.
Okay, so you're going to reject it?
Yeah, I guess that'll work.
I didn't. I just completely forgot.
I did too.
So you're just going to go ahead and say pass on that action? Okay, we can do that.
I'm going to cast a second level healing word on this thing.
Okay.
Just pointing that out for the sticklers out there.
Yeah, thank you.
So he's going to get back... Alright, he's going to get back 5 health. Good old second level spell slot wasted.
He's going to need it for what's about to happen.
He's going
Maybe. And my intent is to try and let him see, like, seeing me, seeing the light from my hand as I cast the spell.
Okay.
He'd be like, oh,
You're
this
trying to
is
associate
good.
that?
Yeah. So I want to roll animal handling to Try and calm the boy
Okay.
down. That
Hey,
is a
roll with it.
24.
You don't have to do that.
Well,
Roll with advantage to see if you get a crit because I like that you're trying to associate the light with the good feelings that he's gonna do that. So I'll give you advantage on that one.
24.
24. Yeah. So you succeed in animal handling. So the animal that was very upset, very angry with you is now
Handled.
like he calms down and you can like his pupils are less dilated. You can tell he calms. He gets de-stressed and less tense, and now he's more focused on his pain. He kind of drops down on one side and begins like reaching around to his side where these spears are and going.
Are we out of combat?
Is there? I wonder if there's. Let's do one more round. We're gonna do one more round. I'm gonna roll to see if he is somehow lets this pain. If he succumbs to it, we'll see if your animal handling sticks.
Okay.
How about that? So Arlo, it's your turn.
What?
Okay.
What?
Grim just went.
Yeah, it's Jack's turn.
Jack's turn. Sorry, it's your turn. I'm actually trying to kick Jack out of everything today.
He's so good at hiding.
I'm still in stealth.
You are.
I'm gonna take the javelins out of its back.
Okay, that's
Stealthily.
gonna unstealth you.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
bad for me.
Yep. That's why I said he's gonna need that health. Maybe it'll kind of calm him down a little bit.
Alright.
Okay.
Down, boy.
Well, do you
You could just wait and let the situation with Grim play out.
do you play Jack?
Yeah.
Stop.
You play Jack. Do what you do.
said
Well,
what-
yeah.
What
I wasn't
situation is
playing
gonna
it.
play out?
There is no situation. You already said what you're going to do.
I mean, if he
Well,
heals, if he continues healing, are the things gonna fall out on their own, or are they gonna stay there no
No,
matter
but
what?
your current situation is you see me heal the beast, and I'm walking toward it still.
Jack, you do you.
Yeah, you do you.
I'm gonna pass.
No, you're trying to help.
I'm gonna pass.
I'm forcing you to do it.
Okay, then do that then.
What I'm trying to say is that you can. I think you can roll some sort. We'll roll some sort of animal handling combo.
I have
And-
negative animal handling.
Okay, well then this may have been a bad decision.
He used to be a butcher.
But
I mean, let's-
yeah, but I do want you to roll it. I want you to roll
I
and
don't want to do it.
okay, then don't do it. That's fine.
Thank you.
All right, Jack, not your turn. If you're finished.
I'm finished.
Okay, Arlo, your turn, sir.
I want to see if I can move closer.
Okay, you can. He is docile at this point.
Yeah, I want to move within that 5 foot range, but
Okay.
I don't want to take any action.
Okay. All right, so you just want to stay and kind of hang out and be close to him.
I just want to be within that close range.
All right, everybody, look away from this roll. We'll see what happens.
away. Avert your eyes.
All right. Yeah, he definitely doesn't beat your roll. So he remains docile, and he kind of, instead of pawing at his thing and roaring, he just kind of flops to the ground and begins to sigh and look very upset with having spears in his side.
Okay.
And you are out of combat, so now you can do as you please. There's an
Well, let's
owlbear.
go.
All right. I say to Arlo, I'm going to try to get the spears out.
Okay.
So-
I kind of nod.
Okay.
I understand.
Anybody concerned with where Jack is at this point?
No.
He is secret.
He's fine.
I know that Jack is a big boy, and that also he is sneaky.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're used to me not being visible most of the time.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, what are you up to?
Being invisible.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's roll dexterity to see how bad it hurts when you pull these.
When I pull him out, though, I want to try and heal him again.
Okay, so pull out, heal, or heal, pull out.
Pull out and then immediately heal.
Okay,
So how many spears are there?
there are 3 coming out of his side.
Okay.
Each will require a dexterity to roll to see how bad it hurts.
Okay. Sleight of hand. Or
feel like-
just
Yeah,
straight up.
straight up Dax.
Yeah, this is just how.
Either way,
how,
it's all
how,
+1 for me.
How much can you limit the pain that is happening?
Good old 7.
Okay, this one hurts.
Okay.
So whenever you pull this one out, he's going to take 5 damage, and it just hurts him. It just he roars, but he's handled. He just doesn't have enough go in him left to fight you all. He's resigned to whatever's about to happen.
Okay, I'm just gonna cast a first level Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
So that is another 5 HP back. Good old rolls.
All right. What you guys are just hanging out while he's doing this, or?
Yep.
Okay.
I have a lack of thumb.
Gotcha.
So
Currently, you have teeth.
Yeah.
I do. That's not helpful. That is not helpful in this situation.
Roll again. That's a 9.
Okay. Again, that one hurts as well. He's going to take another 5 damage.
All right.
He lets out another tasty roar.
I say, easy, boy. Easy. And I roll again.
For, Dex.
Nat 20.
Alright, so this next one, he doesn't take any damage. It does come out, but he is bleeding pretty profusely from these wounds.
I'm going to go ahead and cast a second level Cure Wounds.
Okay.
That is 12, 15 health back.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So those wounds do close up on his back. His wounds close and the blood stops and he stands up. And as he stands up, he gives the two of you a look and then turns and begins to lumber off into the forest.
As it turns out, Jack was actually hiding under the owlbear this whole time.
There you are. Live in peace, brother. I say to the owlbear.
He doesn't say anything back. He's now
I figured.
Yeah, I should have gone more whoos. Ooh, was the thing.
5 minutes later, we hear another angry mob trying to kill him and eat him.
Yeah. Also, everybody, Jack, you're not paying attention. Well, you're paying attention to the owlbear, but you're more out in the world a little bit. You're a little bit farther back, a little more connected to what's going on around you. Roll perception for me.
With advantage because I'm more connected.
Sure.
Everybody, just him.
Just Jack.
Okay. 21.
You see in the distance, several hundred feet away, you see that gnoll that was running away. He's like watching what happens, and as the owlbear leaves, he like turns and runs off into the forest the other direction.
The other direction from the owlbear?
Just the same way he was going when he left you.
Okay.
I want to pick up those 3 speeds.
Okay, pick him up.
Can I roll a perception just because I am a direwolf right now to see if I smell anything unusual?
Just anything unusual?
Like if there's anything else to this battle or...
Oh, yeah, sure.
Whatever.
Yeah, roll perception on that as well. Or roll survival instead.
Survival?
Perception.
Is that what I said?
You
Well,
almost said it.
Wolf has perception...
Because of the smell?
Because of the smell.
Yeah, roll perception then.
So...
I should remember that.
15 on the first one, 18 on the second one. So 18.
You don't smell anything else. The smell of Knoll is fading
Okay.
as it leaves. You can smell something that's vaguely Jack, but you can't pinpoint it. And
Old space.
And murder.
that's about it. Yeah, you can smell the smell of the owlbear as it leaves, but the rest just smells like normal forest, and it's still a calm morning.
Okay.
In the year of our Lord.
Cool.
Arlo.
Oh yeah,
In the
Jack's
year
thing
of our
has
12
like
lords.
Jack's thing has like rosemary and like the aromatic herbs and stuff, right? Okay.
Yeah.
The mask.
Yeah, you can smell something that's vaguely Jack,
Okay.
vaguely aromatic.
Old Spices.
Yeah. All right, what you got?
Arlo, do you
breathed on grass.
smell anything odd?
I just kind of shake my head back and forth a little bit.
My
And then
intent,
I just stop. I stop searching for smells.
my intent is to go after the gnolls. I wish to see this ended completely.
Okay, I give a little nod.
You hear from outside the forest as well. You hear the burb sound. You hear, "Come on, friend! Luden daylight!"
I come out of stealth. I'm right there with them, right?
Yeah, you're nearby. You just like step. I just picture you were painted brown like a tree. And you're just
Stepping under the tree.
Just step out,
you don't do that. but
holding a little branch.
You, do,
Fellows, I think that's our ride.
you can hear the creak of wagon wheels as well.
Uh-oh.
He's not coming into the woods, is he?
No, he's not.
This may take precedence, but Jack, I assume you overheard. My plan was to go after the gnolls.
Brice does not remember what we are here for.
You're going to Fark
Yeah, I
to
know.
try to find Briar as well as to.
We're like escaping from people pursuing us for murdering that fellow, but
Yeah. But they weren't exactly chasing you across the bridge. But it could be assumed that as you burst through the bridge, there could be some people that are following you as well.
okay.
I guess.
As a direwolf, I can't really express a lot of words, but it seems like it's a good idea to not be on the road right now. So,
Okay.
I'm kind of torn, just character-wise, because I can only do the wild chick thing twice per long rest.
Yeah.
And it was a long time between long rests, so I don't really want to like cancel out right now.
Sure.
But I am thinking it'd be a good idea to get the wagon off the road.
If it helps, you guys are very close to town at this point. Like, you guys could see it on the horizon, not too far away. Yeah, you guys aren't out in the middle of the wasteland, just to give you all information.
In that case, Grim, we are just several steps from town. Perhaps we should moor our wagon there and collect our companion before we go hunting these gnolls.
I like that visual. We're mooring the wagon.
Yeah. Again, you hear
It's
from
just
the
floating 3
thing.
feet off the ground.
Come on, friend!
We hear you, Burb. Yeah, okay, Jack, I agree. Did you happen to see the gnolls at all?
Me?
Yes.
Yes. I've been here the whole time.
I assumed. Never mind.
I mean, it's reasonable for him to ask because, like, he didn't know you were there the whole time.
I guess, yeah.
Just got here.
I didn't think about that until just now. So, Arlo, are you following them, or what? You guys have decided to go to town? Are you going after the gnolls, or what?
Yeah, go grab the thing and go to town.
Okay.
That's Grimm's plan.
I take it that Grim is asking, do I know what direction they went in?
Yeah.
Okay, then yes.
But
know-
he
know
doesn't say that. He just asks
Okay.
if you see the gnolls.
Yeah, I did see them run off.
I can't communicate so much right now, so I'm going by what they're saying, and I'll follow these guys.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna head to that wagon.
All right.
I follow.
As you exit the tree line in kind of one of the open field on the other side of the road, you see Burb trying to practice his driving skills, and he is riding around in circles.
Donuts?
In the middle of that field, and there's a lot of matted down grass and stuff as he's trying to figure out, and he's driving very erratically. It does not look good.
Can I jump into the back of the wagon?
You have to roll
What am I
acrobatics for that,
Athlobatics.
and you are still a wolf.
Dude, yeah, that's right. So, no, it'd be the same kind of thing. So it would have been the 12 that I rolled earlier.
Okay, so you do leap into the back of the wagon. He's not moving very quickly, but you kind of slide to the front when you do.
Ooh.
And Burb says, "Well, what that? Yeah, you know."
I want to not be a direwolf anymore. I want to be an Arlo.
Okay, so you turn into Arlo, and Burb said, "Never get used to that."
Burb, what are you doing?
I'm becoming a different Burb.
Yeah. He got a dictionary in the last sound.
Practice drive.
You said we were losing daylight, right?
No, there's still early morning. He said losing daylight.
Oh, okay.
Burb said that.
All right.
Limited vocabulary.
Yeah, it's still early morning. You guys are in there for maybe 10 minutes,
Okay, gotcha.
maybe 20. I don't know.
Burb, how about point it over there towards the road?
You let Burb drive.
Sure. You seem like you've become quite proficient at it. Go ahead and bring us over toward the road.
I'm gonna hop on the thing before it starts going again.
Okay.
I'll do the same.
All right, so everybody's on the wagon. Burb looks questioningly at all of you, and he says, "Maybe bad idea." And then he whips the horse, and you guys go a little bit faster than you like, but pretty well onto the road, and you approach the town of Fark.
Cool.
And you guys are heading
Roll
in.
credits.
Yeah, roll credits. That's the end.
In prologue.
Roll credits, not roll credits. You guys make it into the town of Fark. You approach.
As we're going into town, can I show bird pointers hey, let's not move so fast, pull back
Yeah,
a little bit?
absolutely. You can
Okay.
you can definitely make a driver out of him in this ride.
Cool.
I want to see how receptive Burb is to that learning.
All right.
I'm going to roll an intelligence modified roll,
Okay.
and I would like for you to roll a wisdom roll to compare it to.
Okay.
And let's say if we get close together,
Just straight wisdom?
Yeah, straight wisdom. And if
I
you-
really want to see this side quest adventure of Burb.
We'll have
Because
it.
now there can be like a high speed court chase.
Yeah, Josh gave me. It was one of you. I think it was Josh. Gave me a really good idea that whenever Burb leaves the party, he's going to hang out with Brinley, Bailey, and John, our little siblings.
Yeah.
None older than 15. 15 and younger.
Mm-hmm.
John is like 9.
And 11.
And, wait, John is 9. Yeah, they're from China. There's birth certificate issues. He's 11 on paper, 9 biologically.
They're not as good at math as they say they are.
Well, no, it said like 9 on paper and like 11 biologically. So I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is,
Split
whenever
the difference,
Whenever
I don't know.
Bird leaves your party, he's going to go hang out with them, and we'll have some one-offs with them.
It worked.
So I'm going to roll intelligence. You roll wisdom. If we're reasonably close together, Bird gets this pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, he rolled an 8. Hold on, does he have anything? No, he rolled an 8. So Bird picks up most of what you're giving him. It's
That
not
worked.
a ton, but it's enough for him to be a proficient wagoneer.
Cool. Land vehicle.
Yeah. So you guys move into town. Let me bring up something real quick. So you guys
Bring a
move
U-Haul with us.
move into town. You pass by some stables where some other wagons are parked. But there are also wherever you'd leave a wagon in a normal place like this in a fantasy setting, you guys do whatever you want. The streets are wide enough for wagons. As each street is
The
mostly
ostler,
what's that?
person who like handles the horses
did
and
not-
wagons
yeah,
and stuff.
did
like
not know that was a
Weird
name.
It is. It really
Yeah.
is.
That sounds like something you do with birds. I don't know.
It sounds like something you need medication for.
Yeah. So the streets of Fark, there are many streets. It's a pretty big town. It wouldn't be classified as a city. It'd be classified as a big town. A lot of wooden structures and buildings. The streets are wooden or dirt streets. Whoa.
I was just thinking, it actually sounds like it should be like the name of like a upscale hotel or something. The Ostler.
Oh yeah. The streets are dirt and mud in the middle, but on
Penthouse,
they
please.
kind of have planted green grass for sidewalks in Fark.
Okay.
This is
Arlo can get
actually
behind that.
this is actually Jack Law's hometown. So he's going in, and you guys
I
are
killed a guy in that alley.
are heading into town.
Whoa.
So what do you guys do?
Good times.
I'm up front with Burb. We're trying to look for parking that has a meter that's not running or whatever. I don't know. We're looking for
Sure.
we're looking for our mooring.
Okay, so there's plenty of places for you to park anywhere on the street. If you're headed for a certain
Sure.
sort of type of building, if you're headed for like the markets, you're headed for a place to stay the night.
Hey
even though it's
Jack,
kind of
this
midday.
is your town. Where should we head first?
I don't know the name of whatever you've come up
You
with.
get to make up whatever you want.
Oh,
Whatever you decide was in your hometown will just be in addition to what I put here.
okay.
It's always a Walmart.
You need to just stay. You remember that Fark is known for its community garden and its city square, the center of town near where the courthouse is, near where like the sheriff's office and kind of your normal center of town stuff. They're known for kind of almost like a plant maze. Community garden. It's surrounded by hedges, but when you go in, there's plants and fruits and stuff growing of all kinds that the community kind of maintains.
That's a grim meme right there. That's a nice plant maze you've got there. You'd be ashamed if something were to happen to it. Just glowing purple hand.
Yeah, because you kill things with your hands.
Oh, well, necrotic just
Yeah.
immediately rots plants.
What did you ask, Arlo? Looking for?
Yeah, where should we head first?
What are you looking for?
This is your town.
Well, we would
Do
just.
you need to go to the bathroom? Are you looking for a place to sleep? Are you hungry?
we
Well,
were just told
it
to
sounds like
wait.
we're going to be in this town for a while. We probably need to find some place to bed down.
Okay. The Gilded Gardener would probably be the best inn around here.
Nice.
It's a little bit more upscale, probably a little bit more pricey than any of the other slums, but it's well worth the coin.
As
You don't have a house?
Herb, you still got my
I sold
coin?
my home here.
Yeah, he pats his thigh and says he does have your coin.
What would we
Like
call the? Would it be called the academy that we went to become detectives?
It was the LID. The academy. You can call it the LID Academy or whatever.
Yeah. When I joined the agency, I sold my home here, and I've just been renting a place in Lonesome.
Yeah, and you had a butcher shop. But whenever you mention the high-end Gilded Gardener, fantastic name, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you
Gotta have that alliteration, boy.
Yeah, whenever you mentioned high end, you remembered another tavern in the city as well, with some alliteration, called the Thirsty Thurge, which you remember is you remember it because it's a high end tavern, but you also remember it's a little more high end because they seem to pick and choose who gets to come inside. And you remember as well, it is the same. You remember the name of that, the Thirsty Thurge, being on the napkin that you found in that cave where you was mentioned about the mirror.
Yeah.
I was thinking, did we name something else?
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
It has
many hours of D&D and many weeks.
Yeah, the
passed.
napkin, right?
Huh? Yeah.
No, you have the napkin.
Oh, you were wiping something off the table.
Oh, no.
As you asked that, I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Did I find it or did you find it?
I think you found the napkin. I found the pouch with gold.
Okay, yeah. Then, yeah, I would have kept that.
I found the first note. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You remember that it's not likely that you guys will get to go to the Thirsty Thurge because they seem to weed out anyone. They weed out people. Unlike the Gilded Gardener, they have kind of a you can't come in unless you're real good at magic type kind of situation there, or unless you're super wealthy.
Gotcha.
I looked down at the bird.
Yeah, but that's all information that you have. You don't have to share it. Just want to let you know.
Do I have to say all of that
Of
again
course
to them?
not.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I share that with them.
Okay.
But there's a lot of going over it again.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't matter to me where we sleep.
They won't let me in the Thirsty Thurge. I'm not quite arcane enough for them. So
I'll see if I can go talk to him sometime.
Use your toad trick, Walter Froggins.
You know,
Is it Willie or Walter?
Walter.
It was definitely Walter. Walter Froggins.
Okay, decision time. You guys are in a cart. You're discussing where you're going to bed down.
Are we going to do this now, or are we going to go after the gnolls first?
we're putting up the cart now. We'll
Yes,
go to the Knolls on foot.
Let's do it. I like it. It's a good plan.
Okay,
It'll get us out of town if anybody's looking for us.
as you are rounding some corners as well, headed towards which tavern are we heading towards, or which inn?
I'm not allowed in the Thirsty Third, so Gilded Gardener is where I'm going.
Okay. All right, so it sounds like you guys are heading to the Gilded Garden. You said maybe sometime you'll go speak to him. So you guys are,
You know the captain pose?
yeah.
Where you put your leg up, and that's what Grimm's doing on in the back of this cart. He's got his foot up on the backrest for the
All right.
drivers.
The
Is this
event-
kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean where Johnny Depp's riding in and like the boat's sinking?
Yes, I really appreciate this change in character that you've created. I really appreciate that he's made it across this thing, and he's coming into himself as an adventure seeker. I really appreciate that. I think it's good for us. Take inspiration for tonight's change in character and tonight's flowering of Grimm and his decision to go and do things.
Nobody knows him in this town. He can let his hair down.
Yeah, so you guys round a corner, and what you hear from around one of the corners as you head towards, as you kind of park the wagon. You're parking the wagon in front of the Gilded Gardener, which has a spade, but the spade on the sign of this tavern is painted gold with a big, shiny, white, reflective piece of metal actually in the metal sign. So when the sun hits it just right, it looks like the sign shines.
My eyes!
Just right.
With a beautiful curly font, the Gilded Gardener. Kind of swanky, but you guys park the wagon there, and as someone is coming down to the steps saying, "Oh, I'll put your wagon away, sirs," you hear in the distance, kind of towards where the markets are, you hear someone say, "Everyone come on down to Phrygis's tent. I've just come back from Lonesome. I've got some new goods. I know I'll pass by pretty soon, but I know you guys want to spend your money with me."
Phrygus!
How did he get across the bridge?
You magic little man.
He's kind of talking to
I agree. I
the
like
market.
the new Grim.
He's not
I said I agree. I like the new Grim.
he is not speaking directly to you, but he kind of peeks out of his market stall and says, "Hey!
I'm like waving from the top of the thing.
I remember your bald head from Lonesome. You guys come on by and see what I got."
I go that way.
And as you do that, this episode will draw to a close. What does Phrygus have in his cart? What will
Murder.
happen with the gnolls? Will the party learn anything new about what's going on in the world?
You know what would have been cool? Is if you had stealthed your ring into the pocket of the gnoll.
Yeah, I've been waiting to do that, but I just haven't found a chance to. I didn't think they had pockets. I thought they were just like creatures.
Shove it in his ear.
Yeah, they're kind of wearing clothes a little bit and like hide armor and stuff I mentioned.
Oh, okay.
And finally, my last question: will we ever find Briar? Will Arlo ever get to find his mentor?
Will we?
But we will find out next time on Dungeon Boys. Thank you so much for being here. We hope that you've enjoyed it. We hope that you will follow us on Twitter at Tank Media Games. If you really love the show, you want to be involved financially with anything as low as $1 per month, you can go to www.patreon.com/tankmedianetwork. We hope to see you there. In the meantime, we love you very much.
Bah.
See ya.
Doodles.